Hello class, so here we will demonstrate solving equations using algebra tiles. So let's look at the problem on the left first. 2x plus 3 equals -3. So the first step we have to do here is to draw the algebra tiles for this equation. So starting with the x, here I'm going to be using darker color, just as if you're using a pencil. So you're going to draw a rectangle for each x, so that's 2 x's. Okay, so that's where these two rectangles came from, and the 3, it's positive, so we're gonna draw 3 little squares. Okay, if they were negative, they would be shaded. So we'll see that the equal sign is just a vertical line in between the two, so that's where the equal sign is, and the -3 is 3 squares that are shaded in. 1, 2, 3. Just be careful when you're drawing these. Make sure that the rectangles and the squares look very different, very distinguishable. Okay, they have to be clear that this is a square, not a rectangle. Okay, so that's the first step. Our goal again is always to get x, or the variable, on one side when we are solving these equations. So what that means is we need to get rid of these 3 positive ones. So x would be by itself on the left side. Now, how do you get rid of +3? Those are 3 added to the left side. So to get rid of an added 3, you need to add the opposite of that, which is -3, or subtract 3. So adding a -3 and what you do to one side, of course, because you're an equal, because there's an equal sign, what you do to one side you have to do to the other side. So you add also 3 negative ones on the left side. Okay, again, the goal is to get rid of these 3 right here. That's why you chose to add 3 negatives, because the 3 negatives and the 3 positives are going to cancel each other out on the left side. We don't need to do anything on the right side, so that's fine. So really the only thing that we need to do is this here. So now we cancel out, each positive and negative cancel out if they're of the same kind, which are ones here. On the left, they add up because they're all negatives, so they're not going to cancel each other out, they're just going to add up all together. So as I always said, you always need to redraw this at the end. So we're going to redraw the x's first. So that's 1, 2. Okay, with the equal sign. Now, I said, just like if you're playing cards, you want to deal the cards 1 to each person. In this case, you're going to deal the 1s into the x's. So the first, we have 1 here that is down, so those are negative all. So we have 6 negative ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to keep them separated, so it looks like each x on the left side has -3 on the right side, and circle them just to show me that when you circle them, that's just communicating that each x gets -3. So that says x equal -3. Okay, again, x is right here. This is an equal. -3 is for each x. Okay, so that's the answer for the one on the left. On the right, slightly more complicated, but the same solution still. So again, we're going to start with drawing them. We're going to have 3 w's and 3 variables. Okay, -4 is going to be 4 little squares, and they're going to be shaded in, equal -w. So I'm going to put this one vertical here. You don't have to, but you can use it vertical or horizontal. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference. And 8 positive ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, when we solve this, we need to we need to get rid of some things. We need to get rid of those -3 or -4. They need to go away. Also, on the right side, we have an x. We don't want to have x, or sorry, w in this case. We have a w, the variable. So we don't want to have variables on both sides. Variables need to be on one side only. So when we do this, now we need to know how do we get rid of them. -4, you get rid of them by adding 4. So -4, you add 4. And remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. On the right side, we have a -x we need to get rid of. So to get rid of a -x, you add a +x. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. Now, let's combine them. So the -x, +x cancel out. On the right side, they're all positive x's, so that's going to come down as this. The -4 and the +4 cancel out on the left side. On the right side, the +4 add up to the already existing +8. So what you're going to end up with in the end here is draw all the x's, all the w's. That's all the w's equal. We have let's see how many ones we have. We have 4 and 8. We have 12 altogether. So that means we're gonna break down those 12 into the 4 existing x's. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. So don't forget to circle each x. What does it get from the ones? So each x here gets 3. So x equals 3. That's it.